Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 10th of February 2017, and to conclude this week I thought we'd just finish off with another C64 game. And yes, it's from Cytronic Software, so I thought we'd finish off with that. And it's Rocket Smash EX, and you may recognise this game from a little game that was on the ZX Spectrum. It's more of a homage, I would say, but let's see if you can guess the game. Let's get stuck in and see what is what. Somewhere in the outer spirals of the Charlie Bravo Mike system. Commander 64 to base. I'm picking up some signals out here. Oh no! Where did that come from? Yes, you see, the ship's been split into 3 parts, and here we are, very reminiscent of a game called Jetpack, which I've actually reviewed earlier on my channel for the Specky. Now you can see it's more of a homage rather than an absolute carbon copy. So the premise is the same, that you've got to pick up the parts of the spaceship, refuel it, and then you can lift off from the planet. Great. I'm not going to argue with this. I love Jetpack, so to actually play this is absolutely cool, because the C64 didn't actually get a version of Jetpack. The Commodore 16 got a version of Jetpack, but the C64 never did, so it's quite nice for it to have its own version of that as well, which is great. You can also see in the top there, top middle, you've got an O2 meter, so you actually have oxygen to worry about as well. You can replenish this by canisters that drop from the sky, similar to the way the fuel does as well. You can see there I'm very low on oxygen now, so I'm going to have to get out of there. There's one that's just dropped now, actually, and I died. Oh well, never mind. That's what lives are for, ladies and gents. So you can see it's very reminiscent there of Jetpack, but it's very, very cool, I have to say. I'm enjoying this game. It's good fun. The premise of the game is literally this. Your boss hates you, your company computer is a demented psychopath, and all you really want to do is get home, sit down, and have a nice cup of tea. To make matters worse, you have to build a new rocket and refuel it before you can get away. All this while your oxygen supply is running out, meteors fly, and aliens try to squish you. At least there's the odd precious stone to supplement your meager pay. You may even meet an exotic alien princess, if you're lucky. Space travel doesn't get any dafter than this. So that's basically the write-up of the game. Absolutely fantastic, by the way, whoever wrote that. So I think I know who wrote that. But yeah, it's great. It's they've used a lot of the enemy models from Jetpack, which is cool. I'm not going to argue with that, because there's some very cool monsters in that. The level design is a lot different, which is quite nice as well. The platforms are in different places. You obviously got there on the backgrounds, and the backgrounds, I have to mention as well, are really cool. The fact that you get different fuel colours as well, not just the static purple which you had on the Specky version of Jetpack. You know, you've got purple, green, blue. It's a nice colour palette. And the other thing I have to mention is the soundtrack is awesome, and the sound effects actually work really well with it, which is great. I got asked to have a look at this game, so I am doing that as a courtesy to my followers on my channel. By the way, I have checked out your version of Guns and Ghosts as well, my friend, and subbed to your channel. Yes, so here I am having a look at this. But graphically, it's really nice, I have to say. It's smooth, very, very smooth. Design, music and graphics by Saul Cross. I have to say, great job there, mate. This is absolutely brilliant. If you want to take a game and pay a massive homage, it's got to be Jetpack. Ultimate did some of the best games on the Specky, so you know it's great to see a version of it now on the C64, and quite recent as well. By the way, this isn't like an old version of a game. This is a brand new type game. I think it's probably released in 2013 again. I'm not sure. Just correct me on that one. I came unprepared with the date. I do apologise. But you can see here that everything's really smooth. The main sprite's quite nice as well. The rocket ship looks great, and everything's just on a playable level. You can jump into this game and you can basically play it to your heart's content. The difficulty curve is relatively nice. You haven't got to sort of jump in and then annihilate yourself within seconds. It's very, very good. Sound effects are great. The music's fantastic. So, you know, there's not much I can really fault about this game. The only thing I could really probably say is it is Jetpack. So you're kind of limited to what you're going to be doing, but at the same time, that's not always a bad thing. So there you go. The one thing I didn't notice was there was a two-player version. I think on the Specky version there was a two-player. It wasn't co-op. It was one after the other. Yeah, turn-based. So I didn't notice if there was anything like that on the front. I did notice there was a story mode. I don't know if there's an arcade mode as well. I must investigate these options more when I play these games before I start getting stuck into the action. But I do recommend this game, especially for those of you that had a Spectrum and played Jetpack and wanted to see what it would be like on a C64. I don't really want to draw too many comparisons, but it's difficult when the two games are basically parallels of each other, and this is just great. And to pay homage to such a cool game, you can't really slam it that badly for that either, can you? So yes, this has been Rocket Smash EX for the Commodore 64, which you can get on Cytronic's website, and which is psytronik.net. I've been Rich. This has been the Retro Revival Show. Have a great weekend, everybody. Remember to like, share and subscribe. I'll be back with you next week. Bye for now.